welcome back to the channel. Today on the Tacoma project we're going to be putting on some wheel spacers. I've already done the front, but I have a chance to view the rear. So today on this frosty day we're going to be showing you how to install Spider Trax wheel spacers. Alright guys, these are some of the tools that we're going to use today. We need a 21mm socket, a 19mm socket, a wrench, some sort of screwdriver or pry bar, some Loctite, then we have the Spider Trax spacers themselves, Loctite, and then a torque wrench. So the next thing we're going to do is jack up the rear diff and get one of the tires off. Alright, next we're going to take the cover off the rim and crack the lug nuts. Alright guys, we got the wheel off. The next step in putting the wheel spacers on would be to probably use a wire brush to get rid of some of this corrosion. But I do not have a wire brush, so the next step will be putting anti-seize onto the drum, and that is to stop the wheel spacer from corroding to the drum. It's just going to make it easier next time I have to do brakes and the wheel spacer's got to come off. Oh, this stuff's gooey. Alright, well, unfortunately the anti-seize did not go on very well in -12, so I did the best I could. Probably when it's warmer out in spring I'll take the wheel spacers off and do a better job, but that's as good as I could get it right now in -12. It just would not spread, like it's like molasses. So next step is going to be getting ready with the wheel spacer on and probably getting some Loctite on those studs. Alright, so we got some thread locker on there. I wasn't able to do that one-handed. The thread locker was freezing. So anyways, the next step is going to be put our spacer on and then put our lug nuts on there, and then we're going to torque the lug nuts down. So the instructions for the spacer says to torque them down to 90 foot-pounds. And you're going to want to do this in a crisscross pattern so that the spacer actually mounts to the drum and the hub properly. Same as the rim. There we go. So, I guess the last step will be to mount one of the new rims. Alright guys, got the rim on, got one wheel spacer down. Really was not a difficult job, took maybe 20 minutes. Biggest takeaways from doing the research for this and installing it was gotta use thread locker, and you're gonna want to torque everything to spec. Then you can feel as safe as possible about having a wheel spacer on. Obviously the safest way to go is to get a rim that has the proper offset, but in my case these rims and tires came up really cheap and they got good tires on them, so they're gonna work for now. And another important thing to consider when putting spacers on is getting a set that is hub-centric. Because if you get the non-hub-centric ones, it's going to be the studs holding all the weight of the vehicle. And you actually want the weight to be on the hub, not on the studs. The studs are to mount the rim to your rotor or whatever. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll be making more videos on this truck in the future, so if you're interested in what you see so far, check out the channel. See you guys later.